Okay, next one is what the conditional statements. Conditional statements. Conditional statements are used to make the some decisions. How to, whether if it is a true, then only it will take the values here. Conditional statements are used to make the decisions. First, in the conditional statements has to be executed with the only once if it is a true or false, it is to be executed like this. For the conditional statement, we have the some keyword as the if else. If else is what the for the conditional statement. If conditional statements are used to make the what the decisions, what the decisions, make the decisions, as the conditional statements will have the one keyword, that is the if else condition, if else statement. There are three conditional statements. One is what the first one is what the if else. There are three conditional statements in Verilog. Each of will have the its own syntax here. First one is what the conditional statements in with the conditional statement. Conditional statement with no else statement, with no else statement means what we don't have the any else statement here. We don't have any else statement. We have the only condition is the only one. That is the example. For example, if expression true statement. We don't have the any else statement here. We don't have the any else statement. Second one is what the conditional statement with the if else, both. Okay, else statement also. Second type is what the conditional statement with no else statement, with else statement, okay, with else statement. As you all studied in the previous sections, that is the if else statement. If the conditional statement without no else statement, we have the one type of conditional statement. Another conditional statement is the conditional statement with the else statement. With the else statement, we have the both the expressions here. The syntax is here for this one as the if. Okay, the condition is what the it's expression. That's what the expression. This is what the true expression. This is what the true statement is. This is what the true statement. If expression will be executed only when the true statement. For the true statement, if expression is wrong, okay, that's the else. This is what the false statement will be executing. False statement will be executing. Okay, this is all about the first one is what the conditional statement with no else statement. This is what the conditional statement with the without. That's what the with else statement. Another one is what the third one is what the conditional statement with the if else. If else only ಇನ್ನೊಂದು if else ಬರೆಯೋದು. That is what is called the nested if else. We call this what the nested if else. Third one is called the nested if else. Nested if else statement. Nested if else statement. Okay. Nested with if else statement. Okay. How to write the nested if else statement? If this is what the expression. This is what the expression. This if it is a true. Okay. If it is true, true statement. True statement will be executed. Else it's a second statement. A false statement will be executed. If else, matte if else ಒಳಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ if ಬರ್ತದೆ. If expression, once again expression. This is the true. This is also true itself. This is also true statement. This is also true statement. This is also true statement. Then the else. Then the if ಆಗದ else ಬರಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು else ಬರಬೇಕು. Else. This is what the false statement. This is what the false statement. This is what the default statement or false statement. Default statement or ಉಳಿದ ಯಾವುದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವುದು ಇರ್ತದೆ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಉಳಿದಿರುತ್ತೆ. default or false statement. Okay, if it is a true, then it will be executing the first one, that is the in this if it is a false, then it will execute the second expression with the true statement only. Then I have to execute the else with the second false statement here. It means here we are using the if else nested here, two statements. If else statement alli innondu if else statement ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. This one we call as what the nested if else statements, nested if else conditional statements, nested if else conditional statement. There are three conditional statements: conditional statements with else statement, with no else statement, conditional statements with else statement, nested if else statement. Okay, these are the three types of conditional statements. Okay, got it? Okay, once again I will be repeating. Conditional statements are used to make the decisions. Here the keyword is what the if else is the keyword for the conditional statement. There are three conditional statements. One is what the conditional statement with no without else statement, which expression with the true statement ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Next, conditional statement without with else statement. With else statement means what? Here we have the one expression, we have the two statements here, true or false. If it is a true, if it is a expression is executing the having the true condition, then it is executing the true statement. Else it is executing the false statement. Comes to the nested if else conditional statement. If else statement inside another if else statement. Here we have the two expression. First expression for the if statement, another expression else true statement will be executed. Else condition only we have the if expression, second expression, then the true statement will be executed, then only second false statement will be executing. False statement will be executing here. Okay, example for this one we'll see one by one. ಟೈಪ್ ಒನ್ ಏನದು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? ಟೈಪ್ ಒನ್ ಏನದ್ರಿ? ಇಫ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇಫ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಓಕೆ. ಇಫ್ ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಔಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಇನ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಏನದ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಏನದ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದು ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಂತಾನ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇಳ್ರಿ? ಇದು ನಾಟ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್, ಇದು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ, ನಾಟ್ ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಎನೇಬಲ್. ದೆನ್ ದ ಔಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು output is equals to 1 bit of 0. This is what the if statement. Next is what the if else statement ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತದಲ್ರಿ? second type ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತದ? if reset equals to if reset counter equals to 0, else begin and the end. If the counter equals to counter plus of 1 and it has to display with the dollar symbol that's the display the value as the count equals to percentage of this counter. It means here the if else statement is having the type 2 as the if else statement. If reset equals to reset means what? The counter equals to 0. reset 0 ಇದ್ದಾಗ counter 0 execute ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ರಿಸೆಟ್ 0 ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೋ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಸೆಟ್ 0 ನಾವು ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಟು 1 ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೋ, 1 ಇತ್ತು ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಗಿನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ದಿಸ್ ಎಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿಂಗ್. ಇನ್ನೇನಂತ ಕೌಂಟರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಫ್ 1 1 ಇದ್ದು 1 + 1 ಆಗ್ತದೆ, 2 ಇದ್ದದ 2 + 1 ಹಾಕೋತ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂಟಿಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿ. ಸಮ್ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ dollar display is nothing but it's displaying the values after the calculation to the monitor with the as the counter as the variable here. Okay, next is what the third one is what the third statement is what the if else, nested if else. If If ALU control equals to 0, if ALU control is equals to 0, y equals to x plus of z. ALU is what is doing? Arithmetical logical operation it is doing. Okay, next is what the else. Else it is to be executed the, if ALU is control is what the 1, then it has to execute the second statement, then the y equals to x minus of z. Else if equals to ALU control is 2, then it has to execute the y equals to x into z. Else it has to display the value as the dollar display as the invalid values. If it is a control equals to 0, then this statement will be executing. When the control equals to 0 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಕೆಳಗಿನ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು 1 ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು 1 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ y ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು 2 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಇವು ಮೂರು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಫ್ these three conditions are not true, then it will execute the else statement as the this is what the invalid condition, invalid values, invalid ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು 0 ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಇಫ್ ALU ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು 1 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಡಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ALU ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ಅರ್ಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಎಡಿಷನ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ arithmetical operation it is doing performing. First condition is what the control equals to 0 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಎಡಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು 1 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು 2 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವು ಮೂರು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟ್ರೂ ಇದು ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇವು ಯಾವ ಒಪ್ಪಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ then only it will execute the fourth condition, that is what the else statement will be executing, that is the display invalid values, invalid conditions adava idaರಲ್ಲಿ will not perform any operations ಅಂತ you have to show in the else statement. Okay, this is all about the conditional statement. Is it clear for you? Does anybody have the control does anybody have the doubts in this? Okay, just you ask me, otherwise I'll move to the next topic. Multi-way branching. Next topic is what the multi-way branching. Multi-way branching is what the simplest one. They will be asking in the examination 6 marks. This is also one of the fixed questions in the examinations. They will be asking. Multi-way branching is how this if-else statement only will be using the in the case values. In the case values, there are the three ways of the multi-way branching. One is what the case statement, another is the X case statement, another is the Z case statement. There are three are there. Okay. This we have the this was what the if else statement ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಒಂದು if else statement ಇರೋದು, ಎರಡು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮೂರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ if else statement, if you have the too many if else statement in the expressions, then we will go with what the multi-way branching. Multi-way branching ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅದ್ರಾಗ if else statement ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟು ಬರಿಬೋದು. Case 1, case 2 like this, case 3 like this. We'll have this similarly here also in this where like HTML we have the case, simple case, case X, case Z is there, like this we have. Okay, there are three case if else statement. ಈ multi-way branching ಯಾಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ if you have the more than if else statements are more than 3 if else statements are